Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Knit and Purl readings. Oh, wait a minute. Here. Knit Purl readings. I have to do it properly.
Okay.
This amazing woman next to me, right there, is Linda and Gonzalez. So,
hi, everybody.
everybody, go subscribe to her channel. Links are below. Links are below for both of our channels, as is how to contact us for private readings. I'm Tarot Stash. It's great to be here.
Oh, it's wonderful being here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, of course. And Linda.
Yes, Gerald.
What's going on with you?
I'm sorry, repeat the question. What?
What's going on for you?
Well, it's been an interesting week, and there's an interesting week coming up. At 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern today, I'm going to be on Ginger Faye's channel, simulcasting to my channel. We're going to be doing message readings, messages from spirit and elementals. So that's an interesting combination right there. Oh, look,
Yes.
my camera just went wonky again. That's an interesting combination there. And tomorrow is Akashic Adventures, as usual. And Viviani's going to be hosting it. I'm simulcasting. Let's see now. What else do we have going on?
Well,
Thursday.
Who do you have on Thursday?
Pierrette White. As we heal together, or as we heal each other. I'm so sorry. Pierrette White is going to be on my channel. We're going to be doing some readings and talking about healing and healing ourselves and healing each other. And on Friday, oh my God, look at that. I'm going to be on with you and Ramon for new moon readings. Won't that be fun?
It's going to be great.
I'm telling you, it's a busy, busy week.
Yes, it's the new moon alchemy. So I'm enjoying that. Tomorrow I have Denise Fletcher Tarot on with me at 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be fun.
So people can come over, they can watch me for an hour, and then they can go and watch you for the Akashic Adventures.
Yeah.
I am on with Astrological Tarot for readings at the end of the month. And then I am actually hosting a Laugh and Learn about castor oil with Diana, oil painter.
Well, I'm going to have to watch that because that'll be fun.
And then I'm also doing a show with Irish Granny Helen where we're knitting together.
Really?
Yes. So, and then on Friday, Allie is hosting Richie and me for rock, paper, scissors readings. And that's a little bit later. So
I can't miss that. That's going to be,
that's great.
You guys are murder at rock, paper, scissors.
And by the way, hello, best chatters, best lurkers. Make sure that you purchase responsibly, you know your limits and all that good stuff. Garnet is here. Kaylee.
Hi, Garnet. Hi, Kim.
CJ.
Hi, Donna Marie.
Barbara, Pamela Batchelor. And mods, please watch for this one.
She's harmless. She just, yaps.
Free Spirit. Tom from Early Ritual is here. Hello, Maru, Leah. And we are simulcasting this. Yes. So you won't be able to see all the chat, but we can.
Yes.
But we can. Donna Mills.
We see it all.
So Kim B. And Annie Hamlet.
Donna Marie.
Donna Marie. We're gonna talk about how to get a reading because we're gonna talk about what this is and how it came to be. Jane the Seeker is here. Hello, good to see you.
Here's
Tamer.
Yeah.
Tamer. bottom.
Purl. At least that's how I'm pronouncing it. If I'm wrong, you can, excoriate me at your convenience. But
Fancy ass words.
I know, like $10 words, right?
$10 words. I love it. So it was recent that I discovered that Linda is a knitter. Gerald is a knitter.
Yes.
And this is great. And last week, I had this idea. I said, we need to do, I think it could be fun to do knit Purl readings. So if you are a knitter, please raise your hands so that we know how many people are knitters. Mickey Walk is here. Emily is here. Yeah, I agree. Quite the vocabulary.
Listen, I reached in and I pulled it out. There it was.
I am suitably impressed. So
Woo!
Pamela is a knitter. So we were backstage and we're going, well, what are the different prompts that we could use? Emily does loom, CJ is a knitter.
Pamela Batchelor, Fogo Pogo.
Yep.
Annie Hamlet.
I love it. So
okay.
So
these are accessible. These are accessible prompts. That's the reason that I think we're asking who can knit, because if you can't knit, then it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yes. So
I sure can, Leah. You got it.
Leah. Hashtag truth.
Uh-huh. No lie.
Hashtag truth. Linda can sure pontificate.
I sure can.
Mickey Walk knits a little. And Maru said, I know it's not the same, but I prefer crochet and needlepoint. So here's the interesting thing is knit and purl. It's all the same stitch. It's just one faces a different way. So, and so because see if this is a hat I just finished. So let me see if I can show you. Looking this way, these are knit stitches, because the knit stitches, as I always like to tell people, they look like turtleneck, or they look like V-necks.
Yeah. The
purls here, they look like turtlenecks. Okay, so notice how I'm holding right here. I'm holding right here for the turtleneck, but if I look at it the other way, it's actually the V-neck. So they're the same stitch. One is just forward, one is backwards, or whatever. So, and so yeah, it's kind of like it's like a back and forth, but we're talking about perspective.
Yeah.
Because anything you want to say about that? Because
well, okay, so we were talking backstage about, it occurs to me that there is no right side and wrong side. We talk about right sides and wrong sides in knitting all the time. This is the right side. Okay, but this could be the right side if it was a different pattern. And which side is the right side and which side is the wrong side depends entirely on your pattern. Because I can knit a sweater using only using the purl side as the right side, okay? Depending on the texture I want and all the rest of the stuff that I want to achieve with that design. Okay, and so the right stitch depends entirely on the pattern that you're using.
Yes, well said. Well said. And it is one of those things that, because this, as you look at this is, these are all knit stitches facing you. So this is called stockinette. It's knit. If you're knitting it in the round, you just knit around. If you're knitting it on straight needles, you knit one way and then you purl back. So, but if I flip this around, those are all purl stitches. Both of them work.
It's perfectly wearable with the purl on the outside.
Yes.
Just a different texture.
Sometimes the wrong side looks better. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Hi, Garnet. Hi, Thomas. Terror your way.
Yeah. Hi,
So I
Thomas.
made a starfish and actually ended up using the wrong side for the bottom side, so it would have more of a ribbed texture.
Yes. Exactly.
So these readings that we're doing are all about the perspective. There are different perspectives that one can look at. Now, so what we're going to do is if you want a reading, we want you to type in hashtag knit followed by your questions in caps, because we are using the random giveaway tool, but we're also watching to see if we're going to see if we can answer specific questions and offer different perspectives on that. So that's a little bit of extra. They're not general readings, they're specific readings, but we're not doing no legal, no medical, no financial.
No political.
Yeah. So what decks are you using?
But that's today, in honor of the fiberness of our, and there goes my camera again, in honor of the fiberness of this theme, I've got the Dreamweavers Tarot. I don't know, can you read that? Do I have it backwards up there? And what we've forgotten, because
we can see it. We can see it.
Okay, what we've forgotten, and Dreamweavers, what we've forgotten because I always forget my cable needle, and and Dreamweavers, because essentially that's what we're doing with needles. We're weaving with needles.
Yeah. Here's the other thing about knit and purl. Both of them are equally beautiful. As Linda was saying, it's what is the pattern that is needed.
Yeah.
And because you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And the effect is different. So as we're offering different perspectives, we're going to do that. So if people would like a reading for that, I've got a couple.
Yeah.
Richie Longman Tarot.
Hi, Richie.
Will be doing rock, paper, scissors readings with Allie and me. So I got it.
With Gerald and Richie, that's like a blood sport. Okay.
I am using the out of hand, and I'm also using my Allie Man Tarot. So
Allie Man.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen that. That's going to be interesting. Okay.
The Allie Man is a deck that was on Kickstarter 2-3 years ago, and it is a deck that is made up of cards from many different decks. And so, because there's not one style in it; it's multiple styles. So,
okay, that's perfect for a knitting pattern thingy.
Yes, I was just like going, ooh, I think this could be fun.
That could actually work. Yeah.
Yes, it could actually work. And so, again, readings are given in random order. And we're using the StreamYard giveaway tool, and I should probably share that, shouldn't I?
The other thing about knitting and patterns and so on is that you can use knit and purl together to create textures and designs. And I don't have an example to hand, but rib is a perfect example.
A rib.
Yeah, but you can draw a little sailboat in purl on a knit background. It's not that complicated. You have to follow the little squares and count your stitches and so on. But really, it is these two stitches are the foundation for creating the entirety of knitting design.
Yes.
Very flexible, very easy to do and easy to work with. But when you apply it to human beings, okay, just because somebody's got a few more textures in them, uh, they're following another pattern.
Mhm.
They're not following your pattern.
Yes. And I also love it is if you're doing strand knitting or color knitting, you can actually, what will happen is colors will pop differently between a knit and a purl. So
Yeah.
sometimes you're knitting a pattern and it calls for you to purl stitches so that you get that pop of color. And it's really, really great.
Oh,
So,
it's fascinating to see that in variegated yarns.
oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let me share my screen and
Garnet,
yes.
it's never too late.
Oh, Garnet, you can do it. Okay, let's see who's going to be our first one. So Mickey Walk, it's okay. So Mickey Walk is
Whoa.
up, and Mickey Walk. Let's see if I can find their question. Here you go. Got it. Thank you, Mickey Walk.
So perspective on that.
So something big is coming to me in March. Any hints as to what it may be? Do you want to do the knit or the purl, or are you going to do them both? Whatever you want, Linda.
I'll do knit. We can alternate, or we can both do both.
Let's do both because you know
Okay.
what? It's our
We're
show.
extra.
We can do whatever that we want.
And we're extra.
Well, I know I am.
Well, I can only follow in your footsteps.
So, yeah, okay.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to put my. Okay, everybody.
Oops, she's putting on her.
Oh, this is interesting. So these are two different perspectives, and honestly, this is very interesting. So this doesn't answer your question directly, but this does give you two different perspectives on it. The knit perspective is magic. So there is the potential for some really otherworldly, unexpected, serendipitous, synchronous kind of magic, obviously, to happen here. That's one perspective. Okay. With something big, whatever it is, the potential is there for magic. And this card, this is from the Dreamweavers. This is the Purl side, the reverse, which is if the dogs come circling round, I am not sure how to put those two together. On the one hand, you've got the potential for some big stuff, magic. And on the other, here we have dogs circling round, which to me does not feel real comfortable. I don't know. If I was, in a forest at night and dogs started circling, I'd be looking for the nearest materials to make a slingshot with. So, yeah. And because they look like they're having fun, and one of them's laying there, but honestly, this is more serious and less positive and more of a gather your resources and prepare to defend yourself kind of a card.
Mickey Walk says, I've got two dogs, though.
Okay, so what does it mean when they're circling? I'm a bird person and a somewhat of a cat person. I don't really know what it means when dogs start circling, but I can only like this doesn't feel real positive to me. This feels cautionary,
Well, that's a good message. Whatever is coming, be caution and use caution about it. Get to know it,
Yeah,
send it out,
yeah,
get the
yeah,
lay of the land before you run in.
yeah. And the possibility, the potential exists if it's managed properly. The potential exists for real magic to come to you.
Yeah. Kaylee added rounding up
Oh,
sheep, control versus magic, which could be considered freedom.
there's an excellent, excellent perspective.
Yes. And I like how you said your knit stitch was, or your knit was magic. I
Yeah.
got the moon. And
Okay,
so the
that works.
moon and moon magic is really powerful.
It is. It is.
And so I think with that, I think it's an important thing to remember, the importance of reflecting upon and seeing yourself in something big that's coming.
Yeah.
The other thing is it's the Keeper of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords, and the Keeper of Swords tells me is okay. Here's the pearl. Here's the knit. Be reflective. Be considering. The Knight of Swords, the Keeper of Swords, says go in and go really quickly and just go crazy with it, which is an interesting thing. Is
It's an
because
interesting contrast to the
those are very different concepts.
yeah.
Both of them will work. They're going to have different outcomes.
So it all depends on your approach. What the outcome for you is going to be, which is what I think the important part of this reading is the outcome. It's not the event, right? Because
yes,
events are neutral. Events are neutral. It's you, your attitude, and your actions that determine the outcome.
mm-hmm. And she said, "Oh, thanks, Fogo Pogo Gerald. I do like the moon swords, huh, Zorro? You know, I mean, could
Excuse
be.
me.
I mean, you're going to go get Her Majesty."
She changed her mind. She didn't want to have anything to do with me earlier, but she's changed her mind. I shall.
Here, we'll watch this. This section of the video is brought to you by the word amble. Everyone say it with me. Amble. Amble. To go at, or as if at an easy gait. Saunter. Amble on over and like, share, and subscribe to our channels. Amble. I figured you were ambling on over there.
I just took my time and ambled there and ambled back. And yes, Wanda does like to amble around my shoulders.
Yes. Oh, there you go. And Diana, oil painter, is here. And Knit and Purl, as I sit here knitting the Carolina shawl from Outlander, which is what you can call me. And so Diana, oil painter, will be with me on Thursday as we talk about, we do a laugh and learn about castor oil. And I know that is one of your favorite topics, Linda. I know you're a big fan of castor oil.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Diana, bring it tomorrow because I want to see it, okay?
There you go. All right, let's see who is next. Thank you, Mickey Walk. We're going to get through as many of these as we can. Judy. Okay, and here I'm going to flip that. Let's see if I can find Judy's question. Judy, there we go. Any messages from Spirit for me?
You ready?
Yeah, whenever. I will be right back. I have a package that's been delivered.
Okay.
Here, I'll do this so you can all look at Hot Gerald.
Hot Gerald's not nearly as funny. Okay. Messages. Oh, how very interesting. So the knit message is offerings. This is a beautiful path through the forest, isn't it? And it looks like there might be an opening ahead, or maybe it's the end of the forest. You've come to the end of the path. Is that the message? I'm not sure about that. It is one interpretation. The other one, we make offerings as we walk the path. And offerings are made to us. Offerings of light and beauty and an open path. I don't know, that just came into my head. The second card, the Purl card, the texture card, in the middle of the bridge, which is a point of balance. It's like a two of swords. It's the yin yang, it's the in out, it's that point in the middle where you're not coming and you're not going. You're not in, you're not out, you're not up, you're not down, you're balanced. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your message. Find balance. Ouch, Wanda, if you bite me again, I'm going to bite you back. Find balance. Yeah, on your path. Look for the balance on your path.
So, Judy said makes sense. That makes sense.
Good.
So, and so any messages for you? The net, the one that is much more, that is more obvious is the Four of Cups.
Ooh.
When I see this card in particular, I would say you're sort of, you're tired. So the message is rotate your head and notice that the universe is offering something new for you to experience. It's holding out a cup for you. And it's giving you an opportunity to think about and to experience some new things. And then the other, then the Purl, the opposite side of that is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the card of you're almost done. Keep going. Keep working at it. You're at the quarter mile to the end of the marathon. This is the meh, but this is do it. Keep going because you're almost done. And there's a lot of beauty and power in that.
Here's a keep going card too.
Yeah, I mean, and I love that. I love that what we have forgotten, because it sort of looks like this in a way. In my mind, it's like
yeah. You got trees and a path. I follow you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Michelle Marie's here. Hi, Michelle Marie.
Yes. Hi, Michelle Marie, and I am going to be on with Michelle Marie on Wednesday, and Maru said the way that those wands are wrapped looks like stitches.
Does.
Let's see that. So, thank you, Judy. I hope that was helpful. And all right. Let's see who we've got next. And by the way, if you are enjoying these readings, you need to let us know, because I don't know if I can get Linda to come back if y'all don't like that. So, hi, Jonathan, the Boomer Mill.
Oh, Jonathan, hi.
Kieran, Argawal, are you here, Kieran? And let me find Kieran's.
Oh, that's nice. Peace, Mama. Thank you.
So yes, and Kieran is here.
Kieran.
Okay. How do you pronounce it properly?
I say Kieran, but I could be wrong.
Okay. And
You'll have to tell me.
Saint D has arrived. So, all right. What blockage do I need to work on? Please and thank you.
Yes.
All of the things that you don't really want to hear a reader say as they're looking at the card. Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to start? Okay.
No, I'm kidding. You're going, oh yes, and I'm like going, well, that's cool.
I know I should keep myself muted until I actually have something to say beyond, oh, that's so cool. But as a reader, I get excited by the cards I get.
So here's what I have for you. The first card is the Emperor. The blockage is you may be setting up some structures or walls that don't really exist. You may be you may have some expectations of you that are no longer relevant. So so I would say pay attention to this. Are you doing something because that's the way you've always done it? Or are you doing something because it's actually bringing you some joy and you want to do it? Is it an expectation or is it because you're just wanting to do it? Because the other perspective, this is interesting because what I said with that, and then I have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is the card of dream about what you want to have happen and what you would like to do. Dream of the possibilities instead of what you've been told you're going to do. So
and in order to really knit yourself, you need your imagination. Use your imagination. Yeah, I know. Use your imagination. Dream. Build those dreams. This is what you need to work on now is your imagination. And this is like the best part, okay? This is what got me all excited. If you hear a Sasquatch sigh, oh my God, if that is not the embodiment of imagination, you can't tell me what is. This is, look at this. If you hear a Sasquatch sigh, well, then that means that you're either in a deeply spiritual space or, same thing, in your imagination. So, Huron, start working on your imagination. Start reading science fiction and fantasy. Start playing with colors and drawings and just letting your imagination run wild. Tell yourself stories.
I love that because that is all about this. Because that's also about we grow up and we have certain expectations.
Yeah. And they don't include Sasquatch.
Well, that oftentimes don't include Sasquatch. But then when you dream about it, it's very freeing and scary and exciting and all of that stuff. So thank you very much. And
thank you, Kieran.
So, Jonathan, the Boomer Mill is here. And no longer irrelevant.
I don't know what you mean. Your imagination was never irrelevant. Your imagination is your connection to spirit. It was never irrelevant. It was maybe misunderstood, and people around you, the adults around you when you were growing up, maybe were trying to make you focus because you have an ADD, and they try to make you, never mind, don't you go off into your, yeah.
So, all right. That would be a
Oh,
great opening line for a book. The Sasquatch Side. Yes. All right. So back in, who do we have next? Linda and I will try to get through as many readings as we can. Tamara.
are you here?
Let me see if I can find Tamar's question. I thought I saw it.
You're
Tamara,
welcome.
there we go. Okay.
Oh, I don't even know how to
My
begin to
soul
answer.
related with Petra in Jordan in some way.
Okay.
You could also do a yes or no thing if you wanted.
Well, then I'll use my pendulum because these cards are I wouldn't even know how to begin reading them for yes or no.
Yeah. Okay.
Wanda didn't even like me saying that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Tamer. Well, that's okay. She can flock off. Okay, Tamer. Is Tamer's soul related to Petra? Does she have a connection, a past life connection to Petra? Okay, pendulum says yes. And I can see flashes, but I mean, this is mini readings, okay, Tamer? And so I'm not going to start reading your past life in Petra for you here and now. This just doesn't fit the context. But come back tomorrow and be there early and ask your question early, because usually Akashic Adventures is full up with questions by 5 minutes past the hour. So get there early, get your question in at the beginning of the show, and we'll do our best to answer it.
I mean, a past life or a possible future visit to that site.
Okay, so past life is definitely yes.
And I'm going to take the other part of that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do that because guess what? I got 2 sevens. I got the 7 of Pentacles for the first part. It is about timing. It's about waiting for things to come to fruition. Don't try to rush it. And then I got the 7 of Swords. Be very careful that if you want to take a trip there to that site, that you do not allow other things to take the power and the energy away from that. I'm going to call it that fund. You know, because if you're going to be saving money for that, my mind is filled with that site lately. No wonder. Yeah. So, I mean, just be very careful, because this is the card of somebody trying to steal your joy. And this is the card for waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
And making sure that you do it at the appropriate time. So, Tamara, that's what we've got.
I hope that was helpful, Tamer.
So, all right. Thank you. And no need to repost your question, Kimby. I've got it starred. So who do we have next? And again, everybody give this video a thumbs up. Follow the links below so you can show support. And Hershey the Shadow Reader is here.
Whoa, okay.
And so I've just got to find Hershey's question. There you go. Hidden knowledge of the next step forward. And so Hershey did say they wanted to see my T-shirt. So, all right.
It's absolutely worth showing.
Yes. I'm supposed to go first, aren't I? Okay. So, Hershey. Hidden knowledge of the next step forward. 7 of Wands. You got to wait for it a little bit. It's not going to come yet. Boy, this is like 3 sevens in a row.
I know.
3 sevens in a row. This is the card of pausing and making sure that all of the resources that you have and the energy is ready to move and ready to shift. So there's that part.
Pamela Batchelor is being very naughty, and my camera is glitching out again. Gonna need a cable. Okay, all right.
And either that or set it so it doesn't autofocus.
It's not autofocus. It has to do with it's got a wireless connection to my router, and if the wireless is then it just says, okay, I'm only going to send half the pixels, and this is the half that I pick.
Yes, and you're welcome, Pamela. So here's the other perspective of it, and I find this really genuinely fascinating. Is I got the 8 of Wands. So I had the 7 of Wands. Wait for it. Make sure your energy's all set. Keep your head and arms inside the ride at all times. Because guess what? When it comes time for the next step forward, it's going to go so very quickly, and you're not even going to realize it. That you're just going to have to hold on. So
hold on for the ride.
Hold on for the ride. So
okay, well, I have a couple of really interesting cards for you. The knit card, and I wish. Okay, so maybe this wasn't the best time to experiment with the new webcam. Anyway. The first card is remembering from the what we've forgotten deck. And there you are. Your first step, your first thing is to remember. To go back and remember what you already knew from your previous lives, from what you've learned in your life between lives. Go back and remember. Take stock of what you already know, what you've already learned. And the second card, let your dreams be woven true. I'm not going to say anything except just look at that. Look at that utterly beautiful, wonderful, utterly fantastical card. And Hershey, you know exactly what it means.
Yeah, Hershey said, I'm strapping in now.
Yeah, you should. Because these two together, and the ones that Gerald, these cards together, you're going on a wild, wild trip, yes. Girlfriend.
I would encourage you to moisten your lips before you go on that ride.
Chapstick.
Chapstick. And Hershey said, I do. Hershey said, I do.
Yeah.
So she understands.
I figured you would know exactly what that's supposed to mean.
Perfect. All right. Who do we have next? In the theory, the 7 and the 8 is the direct message for your cards, Linda.
Yeah.
Kaylee Fogo Pogo is up. And there we go. Is there something coming up in March I'm being told to be cautious about? Not sure what it is yet, but multiple perspectives would be appreciated. Richie read it first and Tanis on Friday.
What the hell is this was going on in March? Like everybody's saying there's important stuff happening in March. And like for individuals, as well as, politically. And I'm not touching political, but maybe I'll ask Diana. what she knows about the astrological energies, or Michelle Marie, what's going on in March that everybody's talking about, all this big stuff that's supposed to be happening on multiple different levels, from our little interior inside our little lives to the entire world. So yeah.
And is today the last day of Mercury retrograde?
I believe you're correct. But
Oh, an eclipse in March, perhaps.
yeah, I think there is an eclipse in March. There's a
Full
full
lunar
moon
eclipse. Yep. Sorry,
on
you're
the
reading. Go ahead.
13th or 14th, depending on where you live. Oh, okay.
Interesting. Oh, look, the best chatters are bringing it.
Because they are the best chatters.
Yes.
Okay. The 13th or 14th of March. In Virgo, well, that should be fun. One on the 14th and the other on the 29th. 2 eclipses. Well, okay, then that puts things into perspective for me. Oh, I'm supposed to go first? Okay.
You can if you want.
Okay. Okay, the first card is the principle of correspondence, which is essentially as above, so below, as within, so without. That's the principle of correspondence. At least that's my understanding of it. And that means that who you are on the inside shows what you're like, shows on the outside. Okay. Your outside shows your inside. Your outside can be your looks, but it can also just be your actions. And more importantly, it's your actions. At some point in your life, as you age, your actions and habits of thought have engraved themselves upon your face, and you actually do show your inside. So the first thing is, make sure your insides match other way around. Make sure your outsides match your insides. So if you say something, be prepared to back it up with action.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just be all talk. And the second card is, all the shoes fell from the sky. Well, that would be heaven for me. Ah, wouldn't that be fun?
All the knitted shoes.
Well, I like shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is a big surprise. All the shoes fell from the sky. I think, Kaylee, that you can figure out for yourself what this means. To have what it would mean to you to have a whole bunch of shoes falling from the sky. It would either be your worst nightmare or a dream come true. Okay? So put these two together. Make sure that you are authentic, that your outsides match your inside, your intention, and then be prepared for a rain of either your dreams come true, all the prettiest shoes you can imagine, or all the stilettos hitting you in your head. There's no in between with that one that I can see. Anyway, I could be wrong. I'm just a
Kaylee
reader.
said,
Oh, I
shoe
know.
looks like a skunk. Someone is going to make a stink.
Well, it is black and white. It's a black and white, and it's got a real sharp heel, doesn't it? So it's not all together. And look, yeah, and the stink rising from it. Is that what you're talking about?
And the tail, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kaylee, what I have for this is you're being told to be cautious. I have the 9 of Cups for you. This is the contentment card. You're happy with what you've done. You have created something and you're enjoying it. Then we have the Albright, which is the sun in my version. So what happens is there's going to be illumination. There's going to be a lot of light shown. There's going to be a lot of understanding. Here's the thing about that is if you're comfortable with being quiet and to yourself and sitting in your studio while you're working on pots and all that stuff, guess what? there's a lot of light going to be shining on you. So it could be overwhelming. So do not lose yourself. Do not lose the quiet, which gives you power. So
do not lose your hold on yourself, and make sure that you're absolutely authentic. That's going to be critical. Yeah.
I love how that looks like the tree.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
power
It's
of
such a
that
nice
tree.
echo, isn't it? And it perfectly illustrates correspondence.
There you go. So,
Ah,
thank
oh,
you, Kaylee. And by the way, Michelle Marie, Astrological Tarot, every day is doing an astrological reading and talk on her channel. So it's great. Very good information. So, all right. So thank you, Kaylee. That authenticity, got it. Thank you both. You're welcome. All right.
I think we're all being called to be truly authentic, our own true authentic selves, and that's scary AF.
Yes. Kim B. Okay. Kim B had 2 questions, and we're going to go with this one because I understand what Kim was saying. Oops, sorry. Avert your gaze. Any messages for my higher good, please? Kim B. Are you still here, Kim? Because Kim is on your channel a lot, isn't Kim? So a whole lot
Yeah,
of
she's become a friend and has a really positive and interesting contribution to make in chat all the time. Real interesting thinking.
Okay. So Kim B, I'm going to be clear and direct, and I'm going to offer a lot of support. Any messages from your higher good, please? You sometimes, it feels like you're being really judgy about yourself, or you're having a lot of judgment, and things that are really powerful, they hit you really, really hard, and you need to speak out about that. What's great about this card, Kim, is this card, not only is this, this person isn't just letting the trumpet and the judgment come down on them. They are actually pointing back and actually saying, well, wait a minute, be careful how you say that. So there's a beauty in that power of that. This, so it's almost like, no, just okay. Kim, don't just take what somebody says as gospel truth and you question it. You question it, you throw it back at them. Because the Purl that I have, the different perspective, it's the 2 of Swords. Because there are, there's 3 sides to every story. Yours, mine, and the truth. And when you change your perspective, Kim, and you broaden your perspective and your willingness to get information, you have many, many more choices. So this is a really, I find this an impactful combination. Very, very impactful. So there you go.
And that's the beginning of the 1-2 punch, because you're being initiated, or you're in the middle of initiation, or you're about to step into initiation. Initiation into what? Oh, I don't know. You're a higher level of your spiritual life. That's my first guess. But you're the only one who knows. And, okay, you guys all saw me shuffle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let your dreams be woven true.
Ooh.
And I'm going to say exactly the same thing to you that I said to Hershey when she got this card, and that is, you know what this card means. So just take a look at it. It's fabulous. It's a fabulous card. I love the art in it, and I love the things that it symbolizes, and the eye of perspective in the middle, the eye of insight, the eye of wisdom, the all-seeing eye. I mean, you can put all kinds of meanings into that symbol that you want, but there you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you look, you see that finger pointing. There's multiple reflections of that.
Yeah. 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 So you go, girl. This is your perspective of initiation, walking into it and making sure. Again, I think this is a message about authenticity as well, being who you are and just going for it.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
Do it.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself again.
Uh-oh. Yeah. So I do know, Linda. That's great. Okay.
I knew you would.
I
I knew
am
you
back at the Indian Mounds to meditate. Oh, cool. Third eye opening, she says. That's powerful. Excellent. Okay. All right. So who do we have next? Dun, 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 dun. Saint D, Devaria. And here we go. What's happening for me in March? And by the way, next Monday evening at 7, I have Caffeinated and Unfiltered, and we're doing general readings for March. And Jane the Seeker Tarot will be with me. I'm still hoping. So, all right. So,
what geometry? Okay. So I want you all to witness that I am indeed shuffling the cards. Oh, Devaria. March will bring you, on the one hand, open doors. Okay. And the other perspective from March is, sorry, I got to read this. When the ones you need fly close. How interesting that on the one hand, you have open door, which presumably would lead away from where you're at. And on the other, you have this closeness, togetherness. Does not imply any travel or going away or any change of location at all. It implies being close with the people around you. So, this is going to be an interesting conundrum for you to, yeah, there's another $10 word. This is going to be, this is going to be an interesting riddle for you to solve. Is the open door is before you and people are close around you. And how are you going to reconcile that? I think that's going to be your challenge come March. Your perspective.
and I have for March, I have strength. And what's interesting about this is the strength here. Someone is doing some hand quilting. They're stitching some things. So March is going to require some strength and some weaving together some loose ends. It's going to be about the importance of how it is about perspective, because if you see it as a horrible thing, then that's all it is. If you see it as a thing that gives you a new opportunity and to weave things together a little differently, there's a lot more power in that. There's a lot more power in that. And then I got the star, which is, so the other perspective is if you were to look at everything that happens in March, and I say everything that happens in March, meaning the good, the bad, the fugly, the weird, the exciting, the all of that stuff. It's the universe is conspiring for you to be successful and to grow. I love the star card. The star card means you are shiny and the universe is wanting to make you a star.
That card makes me happy every time I see it. Good for you, Davaria.
Well, and here's the other thing is this is a 17.
Yes.
1 + 7 = 8.
Oh.
So it is blessed. You are so blessed for that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're welcome.
Michelle Marie wants to know if Caffeinated and Unfiltered is on at 7 p.m. EST tomorrow.
No, it is on next Monday, a week from today. So, and all right.
Oh, good. Good. Thank you, Davaria.
Yes. All right. It is the top, or we've been on for an hour. Let's do
already
at least
okay.
one more reading.
In this space, time passes in a very strange way for me.
And I've seen a few people. Oh, Garnet's up.
Hey, Garnet, are you still here?
Let's see if I can find Garnet's question. Garnet, if anybody is a potential partner for me, that might be coming in for me.
Okay, so perspectives on partnership.
Yes.
I don't know. Is he still here?
Oh, hang on. Garnet, please pick up the white courtesy phone. Garnet, it's time for your reading.
I am, I am always so delighted by that phone.
Because if that one doesn't work, Garnet.
Less delighted by the cowbell, but yeah.
Garnet is here. And Jane said he had to go. He had a date. Joking. Actually,
there you go.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is very funny.
So let's talk about energy around relationships and dating. Okay, 5 of Cups. Garnet, it is important for you to honor what has been in the past. Things did not always go the way you wanted them to go. And you've been disappointed. And part of what is about this is you need to honor what it is that has happened and let go of the things that need to not move forward with you. The 5 of Cups is a card where when I see the 5 of Cups, oftentimes people are seeing what they've lost, but not what remains. So this is the card of saying, I would encourage you to honor all of the experiences that you've had in getting to know someone in the past and bring forward what has worked for you. And if things didn't work out, do not discount everything about that relationship, because that's doing a disservice to you and everyone else. Oh my gosh. And the other perspective is I got a 5 of Cups again from 2 different decks. So I think it's important, especially in this one. This is the Architect's Tarot. Stop looking down. because when you're looking down, you're only seeing where you're stepping. You're not seeing the beauty that is around you and the possibilities that are around you. So, I mean, seriously, 2 different decks, 2 5 of cups, pretty significant. So
Well,
you, and I
yes.
would say if you need to get a counselor or something like that to help you, I would embrace that. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Okay. Which brings us to the first perspective, which is nurture this gorgeous forest glade, which seems to me just the epitome of a nurturing space. I would love to sit with my back against one of those trees and just be there for a few hours or days or, maybe a month. Nurture yourself, nurture what's around you, what you already have in relationships, what exists. But nurture yourself above all. Eat well, sleep well, do kind things for yourself, be kind to yourself, treat yourself well. And the second card, I had to go to the book because it flummoxed me.
Ooh, flummoxed. It's another $10 words. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a 3 $10 word show with Linda Day Gonzalez. Please show your support by liking and subscribing to Linda's channel. Link is below in the description.
These are all inspirations for your words.
Well, yeah, but you've done them, so go ahead. Finish reading Garnet.
Okay, so Garnet, the second perspective is when coyote calls your name. Now, I grew up in Western Canada in the prairie provinces, and we don't say coyote, we say coyote.
Mm-hmm.
So this is awkward for me. When coyote calls your name, and look at that coyote howling out to the universe and all the wonderful things that are being created from coyote's howl. And what it means is divine detours.
Mm.
Yes. So this is kind of a weight card. Divine detours, the value of not getting what you think you want. Discovering greater treasure when you are forced to change course. Change course to do what? Why? Nurture yourself, of course. So, here's a detour to nurture yourself, and that's where you'll discover your treasures, is when you're not looking for them and when you're looking after yourself.
And Linda, as you were saying, look, the person is standing right there. If they even back up a little bit, then they are going to have another route around that.
Yeah.
Tarot plasticity in action.
Yeah, it's not the end of the road.
Nope. It's
not
part of
at
the process.
Yeah, it's not the end of the road that you're looking for a partner and can't find one. It's a detour, and your focus should be on, or your perspective should be one of nurturing yourself and looking after yourself very well.
I love that.
I do too. This is a great reading for you, Garnet. I'm so happy for you.
Yes. So we've been on for a little over an hour. I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined us. Please leave a comment after the live to let us know if you liked this format. This was the first time we've done something like this. I do have to say it was pretty good, Linda.
It was good, wasn't it?
Especially because we had this inspiration. It's like, wonder how it could work. So
yeah, we didn't know how it was going to work, and I said, well, let's just wing it and see what happens.
Yes,
And it was fun.
Yeah, just cast on a bunch of stitches and see what happens.
Yeah, what the hell? What's it gonna grow into? Ooh, let's find
Yes.
out.
So I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you. Do you want to pull a single card for
For the
the
collective?
collective?
Ooh, I
You
love
want
to.
the knit or the purl stitch?
Well, I'm in the purl position.
Because you are basically, you're beautiful. You started out as an annoyance that just got more beautiful and beautiful and beautiful.
That's right. As more and more mucus got laid upon me and solidified.
It's not that kind of show, Linda. All right.
Wow.
So here's the for the collective. Here's the thing that here's something to remember. The Four of Pentacles. Know the resources that you have. Know where your resources are going. Know what you need and what you don't need. Because what's important for this is everything fits together. This is a time of finding some foundation and solidity. So, I think it is important for everybody to, know what you have and know how it relates.
And it's also important for the other perspective, when you flip it around, to surf rainbows on the moon. This is about the importance of imagination and intuition to drive us forward. The two together make up a whole garment.
I mean, well, here, yeah, because, let's take it to knitting. So if I know that I have 4 skeins of something, I'm not going to knit a sweater for a Sasquatch unless they were a Sasquatch baby.
But with some imagination, I could use like broomsticks for knitting needles and end up with a really nice cozy blanket if I wanted to. You just have to use your imagination and apply it to the resources you have at hand.
Yes. I knit with chopsticks when I did not have any knitting needles with me. I actually got some chopsticks, put rubber bands on the ends, and made that work. And Diana said, I dropped a stitch. Either of you know where. Either of you know where.
I got it right here, honey.
Yeah.
It's surfing rainbows on the moon. I love this image. Okay. I love this image. Just the thought of surfing rainbows on the moon, it just scratches something in my brain that just is really, really great. Okay. I mean, look at the look on the face. Look at that big grin. And oh, yeah. Happy, happy, happy.
Well,
Joy,
and
joy.
that's an interesting thing. Somebody was just telling me. I think it was it Kaylee telling me. Somebody was posting pictures about their knitting. No, it was my friend Margaret. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. Somebody was telling me that somebody created a blog during COVID about their knitting and would actually take pictures if something was wrong. And they would say, "Oh, would you take this out?" And all of the knitters would see it and would be going, "Oh my gosh, yes, I would totally do, I'd rip that out and do that." The non-knitters were looking at it and go, "What are you talking about? I don't see anything."
Yeah, perspective.
It is all about perspective.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love that deck oil painter. I don't use it as much as I should. I don't use it often. Let me put it that way. And I think I'm going to have to do some work to familiarize myself a little better with it because oh, I just turned up the bottom of the deck. I know Diana uses this a lot. She just turns up the bottom of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
As the weaver's way is true. Ah!
Yep.
Isn't that wonderful?
Purl is the perfect analogy for Linda, and the oyster with the irritant is a great analogy for Gerald. Voila.
No, no, no.
Well played, Kimby. That's hilarious.
That
And
is really funny, actually. Yes.
and I would have to say, if the irritant, happens, then doesn't there have to be some moisture in order to help coat the irritant so it doesn't?
Oh, is Kim one of the people who hates the word moist?
Oh, I don't know, but I never
Well,
did hear back from. I sent a text message to Pamela Batchelor with something, and I'm pretty sure that she's blocked me. I wouldn't blame it. My grandmother is standing over my shoulder, forcing me to take it out. Yes, she was
yeah,
Virgo. Couldn't get away with nothing.
yeah, yeah,
Only you, as the maker, will ever know if it's there half the time. Yep.
yeah.
So, all right.
That's one of the reasons I knit my socks two at a time, is because if I screw up on one sock, I do the same thing on the other one immediately afterwards, and it then becomes a design element.
Mm.
If
Yeah,
it
well,
affects
that's actually really good. Yeah, if you repeat something at least 3 times, it's a design element.
yeah,
It's the uniqueness of it.
I know. As long as they're still wearable and they don't hurt your toes in the shoe, then you're good.
Yes, and if somebody's looking at your sock set closely, they better have purchased dinner and some drinks for you.
That's right.
I mean, there you go.
Learn show.
Okay, Pamela, that's cool. So, all right. And,
Oh no, any knitter worth their salt already knows about repeating elements that, yeah.
oh, totally. Yes.
Yeah, that's how you hide mistakes. You make them twice, or you make them on both sides, and then it's your design. Aren't you
Yes.
precious?
So I am the hostess with the moistess. So anyhow, everyone, you all have been wonderful. Thank you for
Yeah.
leaving a comment. Let me know if we should do this again. So
Yeah.
we will see everybody later. And I'm not going to put on. I'm going to put on my exit video. Nothing else. Bye.